Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to be making country style pork ribs in the Ninja Possible cooker. We're going to be using the braise button. Yeah, the braise function. That's what we should call it. Okay, so I'm going to show you everything you're going to need for this, and let's just jump right in. All right, let me just take one of these out. We'll take the biggest one out and just... So what you see in front of you is it's probably like 3 to 4 pounds of the country style pork ribs. They're boneless. You're going to need one large onion. We're going to dice this up. You're also going to need a can of Coke. This is a Coke Mini, so it's 7.5 fluid ounces or 222 milliliters. You can use up to 12 ounces. I'm just using a little one. Also, you're going to use either your own rub, or I'm using this one right here. It is Killer Hogs Barbecue, their rib rub. Also going to add a splash of Worcestershire sauce. Need some mustard to hold the rib rub onto the pork. A little bit of apple cider vinegar. And your favorite barbecue sauce. Yeah, we're using Sweet Baby Ray's. And one more item. Gloves, if you want them. I just like to use gloves when I'm giving the pork a rub down. Alright, so don your gloves. Gonna take some of that mustard and get it all over the kitchen if you can. There we go. And we're going to try to keep one hand clean and one hand dirty, so to speak. So let's try doing this left-handed. It's not the best here. Give it a nice rub. And it's going to take some of that barbecue seasoning. Do it over a sheet pan so you have less mess in the kitchen. And I hope to soon, because I'm trying to gather all the ingredients to come up with my own rib rub. Rib rub, pork butt rub, etc., etc. More of that mustard. All right, give it a rub. Get all the sides, all the nooks and crannies. All right, whoa. I got a heavy hand. See, that's why I'm a heavy-handed, especially when it comes to pork. I want less salt in the coatings. Yeah. Awesome. All right, so I've never used the braise function before, so this is the first time for that. So I'm going to take my gloves off. I'm getting seasoning all over the kitchen. There we go. I'm going to set this in the back over here. Next up, lovely onion. All right, we're going to dice this up. Dice it up. Doesn't have to be a fancy dice. We're just cooking. That's all we're doing. Yeah, my table wobbles a bit. But it was a gift and I appreciate it so much. Alright, let's see if we can get this small here. So, everybody out there, do you guys use your own rib rub or do you just buy one? Because I did forget to get, because I like the Applewood too, by McCormick. I forgot to pick some. And up here, we don't really have it up here. Doo-doo-doo. Oh, my eyes. Alright. Done. So to start this off, we're just going to take those onions, place them right into the Ninja Possible cooker. Look at that. We managed not to get any... Oh, don't speak too soon, please. Ooh, potent onions. Holy mackerel. Holy mackerel. All right. Just going to spread these out. Next up, we're just going to open up that can of Coke. Pour it right in there. Gonna take some Worcestershire sauce, maybe like a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. A little bit of apple cider vinegar, not a lot. Maybe like a tablespoon and a half. And barbecue. You want to add like 1.5 to 2 cups of barbecue sauce. Excuse me. All right. I'm just going to give this all a stir. So we got a lot of sweetener in here. We got a barbecue sauce, sugar in the barbecue sauce, and sugar in the Coke. All right, we're going to say that I think is good enough just like that. Now, as you can see, I didn't measure anything. I just eyeballed everything. Now we're going to go ahead and take those pork pieces, just add them right to the pot. Now, like I said, this is the first time I'm doing this, so it's kind of like experimentation, but also we're going to see what happens with this. Yeah, this looks really, oh, that smells good. We're going to go ahead and put the lid on. We're actually going to braise today. I'm thinking 2 hours maybe, 2 to 3 hours we're going to say. All right, so we're going to go ahead and turn it on, and we're going to turn it over to braise. Boom, 6 hours. I think that's way too long. We're going to set it for 3 hours, and we're just going to see what happens from there. I'm going to, let me come back like in an hour, hour and a half, and we'll check on it. And I'm just going to go ahead and hit start. All right, everybody. It's been an hour, and it really smells good in the kitchen. So I'm going to go ahead and take the lid off. Just be careful of the steam. Oh, yeah, that looks really good. I think what I am going to do is just take the pork and turn it over. You don't have to do this, but I'm just... Oops. I can tell by the meat it's still tough, so it's not going to be done right now. Oh yeah, this looks really good. All right. So I'll be back in another hour, everybody. Oops. All right, everybody. So it's been cooking for 2 hours. I'm going to take the lid off. Once again, be careful because of the steam. Oh. Yeah, the meat's getting softer, but I don't know. Might let it cook longer. Let me just turn them over. Let's see here. I'm going to do a quick temp. It's 199, but it's still kind of, I'm poking it. Let's take a piece out and cut it and see what it looks like. Alright, let me just take one of these out. We'll take the biggest one out and just... Alright, let's see here. Slice through the meat. Yeah. It's like, do we want this fall apart or do we want it... Let's try it. Oh, very... Hot. It's actually very tender. However, I think I'm going to cook it for another hour. So I want it like almost like pulled pork, I guess. That's what I'm looking for, I guess. But this is pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and put this back in the pot and we're going to cook it for 1 more hour. So we have 13 minutes left on the clock. And I cheated and looked before you guys saw. So once again, be careful taking the lid off because of the steam. We are going to say this is good and done because it fell apart when I was trying to take it out. Oh, there we go. It's falling apart. All right, you know what I should do? Let me shut this off. So it cooked for 2 hours and about 45 minutes. And I think that's a perfect amount of time. Yep, it's going to fall apart. Ah! You know, it's not the most attractive, but it tastes good. So here's the pork right here. So I'm just going to cut off, so you guys can see, look at that. I can just pull this apart. Look at that. Not as much as pulled pork. You could probably cook it a bit longer and it would turn into pulled pork kind of, sort of. This is holding its shape a bit. Dip it in some of the sauce. Excuse me. This is really good. This is, so I think I picked this up, just temping it. It's like 192. Okay. So this makes, like, you could actually put more in there if you have a larger family. This is a lot of food for me. Also, I picked this up at Costco, so it was like $2.99 a pound for these country style ribs. So it's kind of a economic meal to make. So You can actually make pulled pork with this. You can serve it tonight like this, or you can, like tomorrow, make maybe pulled pork or pulled pork tacos or pulled pork egg rolls. Just get creative in the kitchen and you can make fantastic things with the leftovers. But yeah. Thanks everybody for watching and stay tuned for the next one. Take care, everybody.